Welcome, my friends, to Cuéntame USA with Moncho Camano. Today we got I think, a great interview for you people. I got my guest is Tom Noir. He's the vocalist and bassist player from this beautiful band. I mean, they make goth, doom, metal, rock, whatever you want to call it. They do everything, and they do it well. So they're called October Noir, and they're from
I like how you
Pensacola.
say that.
Yeah, right. Noir, like black, French. And we got Tom. He's in Pensacola, I think, or close to Pensacola in
Yes.
Florida. That's where the band is based. And we're gonna talk about many things, especially about music. And we're gonna find out a lot of stuff, especially for people in Europe and Spain, or who knows. They probably, if they don't know anything about them, they're gonna find out. And if they know something, they're gonna find out even more. So thank you, Tom, for showing up.
Absolutely, Jose. Thanks for having me.
It's a great pleasure talking to you, especially just uh, I told you, like I told him earlier, that I came across the band not too long ago, and it has to do with Dark Force Fest. They were there last year, and I was checking something on YouTube, and I was checking the lineup, and one of the bands of the many bands was October Noir, and I'm like, let me check them out.
Who is this piece of crap on this
Who are
list?
these people from?
Yeah.
France? From Noir? Are they from France?
No, definitely not French.
Like,
Yeah,
they're not from France, but
I do like foreign relations though, so
yeah. So I checked them out and I really enjoyed their albums. They kept me busy last week because I've been listening to all their albums and they kept me busy. So that means that if I spend
Well,
time
thank
with
you.
them, means that I love them.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you.
and they're coming to New Jersey. I'm from Jersey, and they're coming to Clifton, New Jersey, Dimpats, and in June. So if you're from Jersey, it's not that far from Route 3. You know Route 3, you already know where it is. So if you're from Jersey, you know where it is. Clifton.
Everything's an interstate.
Yeah, it's not that far. Take the Parkway, take the Turnpike, whatever. Just make
Hmm.
it over there. Say hello to Tom and the boys, the other boys, which are we're gonna name them. Doug. He plays keyboards. He used
That's
to
correct.
play guitar, I think.
That's correct.
So if he's needed, he will play guitar. Then we got Trey Ozinga. I
I
don't know.
like how you say his last name too.
He
I
plays
think
guitar.
he'd get a kick out of it if he was here.
Yeah, I seen his couple of interviews. It's a nice. He talks a lot. I could tell you. Talks. But
Until
every
we give
time,
him so much shit for that.
but he's a great guitar player. That's the most important thing.
That's right. He speaks with his instrument, so.
He talks really well. And then we got Tyler Fleming. He's the
Mhm.
drummer. He
Correct.
talks. That guy is from Alabama, I think,
He is, yeah.
which is not far from Pensacola, I think.
No, it's he's roughly an hour from us, so
So
it's not
he
too bad.
goes back and forth probably. So let's start with Tom, and let me ask you because I was checking all your discography, and the latest that I listened to is Letters to Existence.
Mhm.
Um, um, and when I listened to that one and the first album, The Hunting and the Powerful, it's
Mhm.
a big difference between the two
Very
for
big
sure.
difference.
Big, big,
Yes.
big,
Very
big,
big difference.
big difference.
Well,
So,
I hated the first album.
mm,
'Cause the first album was like it was kind of the test run, right? So, half the album had like this typo stuff that was happening,
right.
just kind of spell it out. So I hate that one. I didn't really, yeah, it didn't have the effort and the production behind what we're doing now. So,
And you did a remaster, right, of that album,
yes.
didn't you?
Yeah, and it still didn't help it.
Didn't help. How bad? It wasn't that bad. Come on, Tom. I listened to it. It wasn't that bad. It
A lot
was.
of people do love that one, but yeah, not
It
me.
was like some type of experiment for you, unknown
Definitely.
expectations, I
That's
guess.
that's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of putting it out there, see if there's a market for it.
Yeah. So it will work out well at the end.
Yeah.
Well,
It did in the end. Yeah. I didn't
yeah,
expect to be where I am today.
yeah.
So
And you didn't have like a fixed plan idea at that time, right? We're not gonna go.
no, I just kind of threw some stuff together and wrote some stuff and kind of, piled it all up and said, all right, let's see what happens. And that's what came out of it.
Hmm. Tom, did you play any other bands before you formed October Noir?
I did. I had a band back in, I guess it was like 2004.
Hmm.
This was years ago, but it was yeah, it was still the doom stuff because I grew up with like when what made me want to play guitar when I started was Danzig. When
Oh.
also Lodi, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of the big thing that turned me on to the instrument. And yeah, so when we came into that band in 2004, it was drop D or standard tuning. There was no keyboards, but it still contained that doominess. And of
Hmm.
course, the moment I start singing, then there it goes. Here we go. Now we're down that rabbit hole.
Hmm. So,
But
did you play in high school with any other?
I played marching band in high school.
Oh, that's a little
Yeah, so that
different.
that was fun. Yeah, I played the trumpet with that, but that
Oh,
wasn't really anything to pick up women.
no, it didn't work out. No, maybe I saw maybe a guy, maybe a fat guy somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. Marching band is not for that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Maybe
but yeah,
if you played a ska band, maybe you could do something with it.
yeah, ska, yeah. I think
Yeah,
I could be a trumpet player in that,
yeah.
or a mariachi.
A mariachi. Yeah, you're not that far from Mexico anyway. Anyway, you
Yeah,
could try it.
it
Yeah,
it's hot as hell here,
yeah,
so
right. It's
it's
humid
close
and
enough.
shit. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I love Florida, but I hate the weather. I don't
Mm.
like it. I tell you the truth. I don't like
Yeah,
it.
I don't mind it until the summertime. It gets
Yeah,
really
yeah.
bad. So,
Now it's still good though.
yeah.
Yeah. So uh, guitar, I guess, was your first instrument. Well, not the first, but the ones you really enjoyed the most, guitar and
Yeah,
bass.
yeah, guitar really is what kind of put me on the map and doing anything as far as the music that we would do.
Mm,
But yeah, since then, it's like all right, keyboards and drums and whatever. Because the whole first album was like that. I did everything by myself
right.
to try and get it together.
Mm. What about the vocals? Are you self-taught or you went to some kind of
Yeah,
classes?
it's all self-taught. Yeah, I
Yeah,
just I grew up singing in the shower and my mom hating me for it. So
yeah. You sound yeah very special. You got a
thank you.
voice.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
told me
yeah,
the same thing. You're a very special boy.
yeah. Was he talking about the way you sang or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
else?
She was talking about my retardation, I think, more than anything.
No, I don't think so. I seen you. You are a smart guy.
I hope so.
I can tell, Tom. I can tell. Uh, so tell me about because I you have four other members that went through that passed the band that you
Hmm.
had right,
Yes.
and the latest well I guess Trey is your latest addition to the band, right? The guitar,
Yeah. We went through a few of them. Which the first two, it was Troy and Jackie. They came around to do guitar and keyboards, and they
right?
were like the husband and wife couple. I don't think they were looking for anything in the long haul. They just wanted to go have some fun and I guess
Hmm.
hang out at the venues and bars and drink and have a good night.
Hmm.
So yeah, it started kind of taking a turn to get a little bit more serious than what was initially there. So they backed out.
Hmm.
And that's when Doug and a guy named Justin came into the picture. Uh, so Doug came in on guitars, Justin on keyboards, and that was a very good pairing. But Justin ended up moving to Massachusetts, so he just took
Oh.
his life went on, so he had to back out.
Hmm.
And then we got Doug that was like, "Well, I'm going to move over to keyboards because we can find a guitar player a dime a dozen," which
Hmm.
he has a background in piano and keyboard and things of that nature because of his family and
Hmm.
growing up with him that way.
Hmm.
So yeah, he did that, and then we picked up Trey, and well, we had Danny on the drums. Danny had some life issues and substance issues he needed to
Hmm.
really take care of,
Hmm.
so we had to cut him loose. And then Tyler came in, and Tyler brought Trey.
Oh,
So,
Tyler
yeah,
Botre.
so now we're all locked in, man.
Hmm. So it's being a long road with many turns along the way,
Mm.
but
It has, yeah. I mean, and it kind of like anybody that's wanting to do a band or anything is kind of going to be that way because you
yeah.
got to expect it. Different life things happen. People get pregnant, people get jobs, people move. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, and it's not like everybody's just paying the damn bills with this stuff. So
Yeah, yeah. So about you play bass, play guitar, but you can play also other instruments, right?
yeah, keyboards and drums as well, and then of course the trumpet.
Yeah. Did you always wanted to have keyboards with your band?
I
You always
did,
wanted.
yeah. I think it's a big part because I grew up on a lot of the black metal stuff. I had a good
Hmm.
friend of mine. We had like a little project, little black metal project when I first started playing. back in the day. And
Mm,
he was big on keyboards and heavy keyboards, but the biggest influence from that was like Cradle of Filth,
okay.
and those big gothic overtones and stuff too. That's one of the big reasons why I said we have to have keyboards.
Mm. So it's like you try to balance I guess, the heaviness of the music with the melody at the same time. You try to bring.
Absolutely, yeah. That is the most important part for me is in songwriting is if you can capture them emotionally, then you've got them. Um, I think a lot of music's missing that these days too.
Yeah, I believe that. So it's more like darkness and beauty at the same
Yeah,
time.
definitely.
That you need beauty.
Yep. Which that spawned the whole band name, right? Is to have the noir was the French, so it presents a little bit more elegance, but they
Yeah,
have the darkness or the Halloween themes was October, so that was how
yeah.
that formed
Evokes
the
some
band
kind
name.
of a melancholy and cinematic, I guess,
Definitely.
darkness at
Yep.
the same time. Yeah. So you publish what is it? Fourth full albums? Is it four? Four of
Yep.
them?
Four of them. Yep.
Yeah. The one I listened the most, I think it was 13. To tell you the truth,
13.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know why, but it was.
That one is really weird. That's the the production on that album to me looking back was
Mm.
not really anything to write home about, but there was something about it in its sound.
Yeah.
It just worked, and a lot of people that's probably one of their favorites from what I've
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one
Yeah.
still
For
goes,
me,
still keeps going.
it's the one I listen the most. The one I listen the least is your first one, but
Yep,
it is.
me too.
That's the first one I listened to when I went.
Right?
But yeah, Letters to Existence, and it's a lot of songs that I like.
Yeah.
Clench, Endless Lonely, Spring. I like, yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, I like them. But there's 13. I like so many of them. I listened to Spellbound many times, as I said.
Yes, Spellbound was one of the
Yeah,
big ones for us. I do
yeah,
actually want to re-record that one and just get the production up on it and see
mm,
how it does.
yeah, yeah,
Pretty well.
Spellbound. Yeah, I thought it was a cover because you guys did covers of many bands that you enjoy and like. But
Definitely.
when I saw Spellbound, I said, "What is that? Susie and the Banshees song?"
Yeah, a
That's
few
what the
people
first thing
actually thought
came.
about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
like,
what's really great is Tara from Lycia reached out and she was like, "Hey, I just heard your Spellbound song and it's mighty close to our song over here. This riff that we have in our song." So I go and look at hers and I was like, "Holy shit!" Because Lycia was a big influence for me too on the
"Oh, all
the
right."
goth premise. But I had never heard the song that she was mentioning. But when I went and looked, it was like, damn, it's damn near identical. So it was really, really cool moment.
Yeah. I've seen many interviews with you guys. They always mention Typo Negative,
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
that band from Brooklyn. I think they were
that's right.
from New York in the late
Hmm.
90s, 80s, 90s, late 80s,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. They were late '80s and yeah, all through
But
the
this
'90s.
the band doesn't sound like that anymore to me. It's
No, it's well, the way that one works. Every album they did was very different
yeah.
in its sound and its whole sonic palette. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, I mean, it's easy to get roped into that. I mean, and it's without a doubt one of our biggest
When you
influences too.
yeah, yeah.
But it's kind of something where I'm trapped.
You wanna try to step away from it, like not.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
get
yeah. I
tired of that,
definitely.
people asking you the same thing over and
I,
over.
I
You
do.
must.
People comment, and I get it. I can't get mad at them or anything, so I get it. But yeah, it gets annoying because it really is. I don't look at that band and go, well, how can I write a song like this?
Yeah.
No, I try to write from the heart and what's coming out of me. Unfortunately, my voice is what my voice is. So it was always, and that's what I realized back in the band in 2004. It doesn't matter what I do. I could go sing reggae music, but somebody's gonna say something if I open my mouth.
Right.
Um, it comes to the territory, but that's okay.
It's okay.
Um, yeah, it gives us
It's
an
a band that
edge.
you enjoy and loved from since the beginning. So it's not something that you
Definitely.
say, "I hate that band. What are you trying to tell me?"
Right. No, and,
Yeah.
and I do love that band. I'm not like one of those insane fans that a lot of the people I've seen or talked to tend to be.
Yeah.
They get very, very into that band and they get very defensive over that band as well. So, to each their own.
Yeah. And you got your own studio at home, right,
Correct.
Tom? Is that where you record?
Yep. That's where
Oh,
we
you
do
are?
everything, man. Yep. The whole
Yeah,
mad scientist lab.
yeah. So, do you guys hang out together at all, or it's just when it's just for practice and I mean
Nah, we
rehearsing or?
well, we what's funny is we really don't rehearse.
Hmm.
Um I think all of us have done it long enough to where we just go sit down and we drive to the show and we go do a thing. Um but yeah, I mean we'll hang out. We hang out in the spare time, off time or whatever, just cuz we're all really good friends otherwise too.
Hmm.
But yeah, we spend a
Okay.
lot of time together. We might as well be married.
Yeah. You are the main songwriter of those all the songs, right?
Correct.
And do they have the other guys any input on your the way you
They do,
write?
yeah, yeah. So my whole philosophy with this stuff is, I don't care who records it,
Hmm.
whatever sounds best.
Hmm.
So everybody kind of has their hands and input in just about anything. And it's just, we kind of toss everything together and find out, okay, does this work? Does that work?
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, the majority of it, yeah, I pretty much handle because I've got to sing to it, right? So,
Hmm.
um,
But
yeah.
do they ever? You always do they? You like you show them what you wrote, or like something that you wrote, or some lyrics, and they tell you song. But Tom, what is this about? I don't
Yeah,
understand.
they usually don't question me on the
They don't question
lyrics.
you.
They let me do my thing, which I'm very big too because I know Doug had mentioned he wanted to help. Oh, one day I'm gonna help you write some lyrics, and I said no,
You said
no,
no, it's
because
my thing.
then it's just no longer personal.
Yeah,
Um,
is it based like in your personal your lyrics based on your personal life? You
a
draw
lot
from
of it
your life
is
lessons and situations and events.
right, right, and sometimes I'll be playful with it, like Effigy. Effigy was just more of a my idea behind it was to do this 40s doo-wop style song, as much like the Misfits influence, but with
Mm,
more lyrical content of like an 80s slasher film. Um, so I have some fun with it too, but yeah, for the most part, all of it is very, very, very personal,
mm.
lyrically.
Do you go back to like early writings, like when you were like a kid and you wrote stuff in a notebook and shit like that, or you don't go back to that?
No, I typically don't go back. Now, I will say during the course of the first album,
Mm,
there were a few tracks that were actually pulled from the previous band I was in 2004, and I just kind of, beefed them up more. So they have keyboards now, and
mm,
and then some of the songs it almost became like a medley because I would take like a bridge riff from one of the songs from back then, and then I would pull it over to a main verse or something
mm,
from a separate song that I did, and that's kind of how the
mm.
basis became. So I could, when I look back on that, I can see the almost the adolescence of the writing
Right.
because it was, way back when, after high school or whatever,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
when those writings happened.
You always lived in Florida, Tom? Where you, or
No,
you?
man, I've been all over the place, dude. I've been in, Alabama. I've lived in Louisiana,
Oh.
New Jersey,
Oh, you are in New Jersey also.
yeah, Bergenfield.
Oh, Bergenfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Oh, what the fuck
So
were you doing over here? You have friends over
I had
here?
a girlfriend at the time.
Oh,
That I
okay.
was with, yeah, and her mom and dad, which her mom's passed on since then. I think her dad's
Oh,
still around, but I hear from her from time to time still. But
oh.
yeah, that was my
You
many
wrote
many
to,
younger
did you
years.
write a
My
lot of songs about your girl? No.
yes, actually,
It?
so yeah, some of the earliest song, Alpha Omega from
Oh,
the
really?
first album was yeah, it was actually about her.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Does
so
she
yeah, I mean,
know? Did she know that it was about her? No.
I don't think she does. I've never mentioned it, but whether or not she's ever come in and put two and two together, who knows?
You know. Well, if you talk about like your audience and your fan base, uh, has fan feedback influenced your creative decisions at all, ever or no?
It has so like we talked about with the first album where half of it was done with these riffs
Mm,
from like the typo stuff. I know when I was moving into doing the second album, a lot of the fans were saying, "Well, you got to do more stuff like the first. You got to do those nod moments or those typo moments." I said, "No, no, no. I want to get away from it."
mm,
But they would push and push. So I said, "Okay, you know what? We'll do we'll do a few things here and there." So I think there was maybe three songs or something that I can really look at that, that kind of injected that for the fan base,
Mm,
what was, our following was at the time. So yeah, it has, but outside of that, I mean, not really, not really. I don't base it based off of, a
mm,
fan base pushing for something. But it depends on the moment too.
yeah.
I know we had a fan that mentioned Nadia, and then her and I ended up collaborating together for Forever Haunt from Letters to Existence.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
sometimes it works out. Other times I don't really listen.
Yes. So how has your sound transformed since the band's inception? I mean, uh,
I
is
think
it
we've gotten smarter.
smarter?
Yeah. Um, coming into this and having to learn the studio, having to learn um, the production
Mm,
techniques and how to manipulate certain things.
right.
I know I learned a lot from a guy, Paul Bento. He was in Carnivore as a guitar player and stuff. So he did our third album in Chicago.
Hmm.
But he showed me a lot just being with him in his studio and trying to get it all figured out.
Hmm. Has your equipment changed a lot since you started? I
Not
mean,
really. Uh,
mm,
we've found some ways to make things easier on us, especially during touring.
mm,
To kind of keep it lighter. If we got to fly somewhere, we've got a flight rig, to help us really push it that way. But it really is a different level from that into the studio side. The studio side's really where
mm.
nothing has changed uh, as far as how we operate it. We've
Have
just
you?
gotten smarter on the
That's
audio side.
right. Yeah. Do you have a lot of bass guitars, or how many
I
do you have?
used to.
You sold them all?
Well, yeah, my two primary ones, which was
Mm,
a Schecter, and then I had like painted it up and did all this thing is like the Pete tribute bass and all this stuff.
mm,
And that was just kind of a little hang around thing, but I'd use it from time to time. I put a sustainer kit in it and then teched it out.
mm,
And then I had a custom guitar built from Apocalyptic Guitars, which is I don't think they're around anymore, but
mm,
that was where I was like, hey, I specifically need this. Can we do this? And this guy, for the price, it did the job. It did the job very well.
mm.
But we ended up picking up an endorsement with Dean Guitars. So
Okay.
I'm waiting on my customs to come from them now.
Mm.
But that was my reason for selling them, which surprisingly enough, man, those two bases sold for a pretty good amount of money. And I was very, very surprised.
Mm.
So yeah, now I'm down to, I picked up
Cool.
an LTD.
Mm.
Yeah, it's sitting right here. But
Mm.
I went in and kind of gutted it around and did my own electronics in it and tried to get what I could out of it. I love the body on it, but I'm ready for my Deans.
Mm. Mm. Let me tell you, guys, I saw a lot of videos and on YouTube from the band. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of live videos, their own musical videos.
Hmm.
There is one that I saw. I think the last one was Reverence with
Hmm.
Madame Absent. How do you
Madam
pronounce
Absinthe, yeah, you familiar with
Absent?
her?
She's from Canada, no?
That's correct. Yeah,
She's very, very, very tall girl.
yeah, she is. And then she comes out and she's got like 6-inch platform boots as well.
Yes. Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. Well, let me tell
it's,
you, all those your videos, you got great looking females, if I may say.
oh, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, you choose the right ones. I don't know.
Yeah, she actually, because she's a seamstress, so she makes and
Yeah,
designs her own outfits and
right.
clothes. But she designed a custom bass strap for me. I was hoping I had it here next to me, but I don't.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, she flew in from Canada, man, to do that music video, and that was a very interesting time because it's the middle of August, and
Sweating
uh,
like fucking
we're
hell.
in we're in a shop from a buddy of mine who was on History Channel's Forged in Fire. He's a
Oh.
swordsmith.
Hmm.
So we go to his spot to do this thing, and there's no air conditioning, in that place. So it's
It's sauna.
fucking
Yeah.
yeah, over 100 degrees in here. We're shooting this video, but Madam Absinthe is, she's never seen that kind of heat before, and with
Yeah.
Florida, so she was about to die
Probably
being in
lost weight just by
there.
being there.
Yeah, yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, yeah. I've been following her for a while now, and
Yeah,
very interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
She's a great person too. Very sweet.
yeah, 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 yeah. So, guys, check them out. Check those videos out. There is like Cat, that video.
Hmm.
There's so many of them. Spellbound is also a great video. So there's got a lot. You guys got a lot of stuff. And I read that you use a mobile phone, a cell phone or something.
I use my cell phone, my
iPhone. I don't
iPhone.
know what kind of phone
Yeah.
it is. iPhone. I don't know.
I shoot everything on the iPhone, man.
What?
Yeah, the technology's really come along.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
4K, I guess.
yeah, it is. Yeah, and well, with the photography, because when we started, and I think I want to say maybe the Reverence video was the first one we fully ran it with the
Mm,
iPhone. But the previous videos, like Windows or Blacklight, those
mm,
actually had an actual photographer. I think they were using an A7, a Sony A7. It was good for low light.
mm,
But when you start getting into the more heavier production and needing the lenses and the lighting and blah 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 blah, it just gets a little bit more cumbersome.
mm. So
So now
how do you come up with the stories? Who comes up with the stories? Just
I
you?
do. Um, usually I'll take it. Well, it depends really. So Effigy is going to be the perfect example of this.
Mm,
But the song is about friends getting together at a campfire and they're camping for the weekend or whatever, and then
mm,
two of them have a thing for each other and they don't want anybody else to know, so they slip off and they want to go bang it out.
mm,
Well, in the song, it's themed to where as they're doing that, their friends are
mm,
getting at camp getting slaughtered,
mm,
and then when they come back in the morning and realize, hey, we're gonna get blamed for this. We got to gotta get out of here. So I said, how the hell am I gonna portray this
mm.
on the film side and
Yeah.
keep it PG-13?
Mm,
So I said, well, let's take Doug and we're gonna make him the nerdy guy, and he's the one that gets the girl that slips off. But instead of them banging it out, it's like, well, let's just make her masturbate, and she summons a demon out of her crotch, and that's how all that takes off. But
So how do you come up with all this stuff? Literature, some literature, or
yeah,
some horror movie? Where it's a mixture
yeah,
of everything.
yeah, yeah, horror movies.
Dreams that you have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely not dreams. I hope not. Anyway, not that I can remember.
Uh,
But typically, yeah, it might be something based off of lyrics. So like with
mm,
Windows, the
uh-huh.
main lyric to that is her windows show me the world, which is saying I can see the world in her eyes. So I wanted to be like, hey, where can we go and just shoot all these different beautiful or cool locations and throw it all together.
Mm,
So yeah, it's normally stemmed from the lyrics. I try to give the context to whatever the song's trying to convey. But it doesn't always work that way, especially like Tourniquet. Um,
mm.
of course, that was a last minute throw together thing because we got 9 inches of snow in Florida, and I was like, we got to get
It's
out
not
there and
the
do
day
something.
that the snow. It doesn't snow in Florida, but it did
Yeah,
snow. It did
yeah.
snow. I wasn't sure. I said, "Is this fake or something?"
Oh no, it was
It
very
wasn't
real
fake.
because it was cold as shit. But
Yeah, I was checking the instruments. Like, did they get
yeah,
wet or not?
yeah. Instruments are okay. They're
Yeah.
okay. But I was like, well, where can I storyboard this? And I was like, well, the song lyrics convey the elements, but it speaks of a woman in that song, and covering the trail of the elements. So I said, well, why don't we make the elements, an adaptation of a woman, but
Mm,
then we'll have the main element of light or heart that is draining and killing the elements or these
mm.
women to destroy the earth and why we have snow in Florida. So it's all just kind of big circles, I guess. I don't know. It just, yeah,
Yeah, but you don't
we just
explain
work
that
with
all that between songs when you are on stage, right? You don't explain that. Let me explain to you
it. Yeah,
what is
I
the
don't
song
think I'm gonna
about.
try.
They don't have the time for that.
Right? Yeah, yeah. We'll leave that one alone.
Stop that shit. Just play.
Yeah, yeah. But well, that's like we're working on the music video for Deja Vu.
Oh, for Deja Vu. Okay.
Yeah, and that's like a drive song. So
Hmm.
it was like a painting in my head or imagery in my head while I was writing that one, where you just like you're on a drive with a female in the car with you, and you just
Right.
yeah, middle of the night, nothing's going on.
Hmm.
But in the Deja Vu one, we're making it about a succubus that is killing everybody. So it's completely standing off from what
Hmm.
the song actually conveys, but we'll just make
Yeah.
it cool in its own little horror fashion, I guess.
Yeah. So we'll be coming up soon, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, hopefully so. We're trying to get over to New Orleans to get it finished up.
Are there any place around the area in Pensacola around that you would like to do shoot a video for the band, or maybe you need a permit and you cannot do it, or is
Yeah,
that okay?
honestly, man, there's we've got Fort Pickens. It's like an old fortress, out on the bay
Okay.
with the ocean, and I'd like to do something out there, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to be a permit required type thing. But typically, anything we've been able to do in Pensacola, that's worked out for us. We haven't had any issues at all being able to get in and make it happen.
Hmm. We will never do a video in the ocean like surfing and shit like that. No.
Probably not surfing, but I would like to do something on the beach.
Hmm.
But I know it's going to be very difficult because of sand. Yeah, I was actually helping another band with a music video one time, and it was really funny because the for whatever reason it was nice, it was clear,
Hmm.
and we're getting the shots and everything's okay, and then it starts getting very misty and very foggy, and everything is just like saturated in condensation and water, and so it starts
Right.
tearing up lighting equipment, and the lens, you got to worry about the dust and the dirt and the sand scratching all that crap up, so you got to be careful.
Hmm. Well, you never know. You might still try it someday. Uh, because playing in forests and stuff, a lot of metal bands they love to
Oh yeah,
play
yeah,
in the forest because there's nobody around and they can do whatever they want.
that's right.
Yeah, there's so many
And it
videos I
gives a good
got.
backdrop.
Yeah, but their video is in the snow, so it's very different.
Right, right,
Very
yeah, the
different.
black metal there, they got it down, man, as far as the snow and whatever, especially if they're in Norway. It's
When you play live, do you improvise a lot with your instruments, or
not
mostly?
really.
Not really.
Not really. It's pretty close to what we do in the recordings.
Hmm.
Tyler might give a little bit extra. I know we tend to try and speed the songs up too because we want to
Hmm.
get some more energy out of it. Going into a live, the last thing I want is somebody falling asleep if they're watching us. And the song's just like,
Yeah.
I guess it reminds me of that scene in the Deathgasm movie where they're all playing and then like the demons taking over and stuff, and they just look like drowned idiots.
So you make just minor adjustments for a concert atmosphere, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know how to
yeah,
say
it'll be
it.
minor. Some of I know a big thing because we developed our stuff to where we could go silent stage or what's considered silent stage,
Hmm.
and that allows us to not have to worry about feedbacking with the mic because one of the biggest things if we're running all cabs and natural sound on the stage, um,
Yeah.
that's going to start causing feedback issues with the microphone.
Hmm.
So you have to cut your volume down to avoid,
Right.
which then cuts into your lower vocal ranges.
Okay.
So I would have to compensate and maybe pick up to the next octave or something to carry on with the vocals. But going silent stage now, I can maintain
Hmm.
the low end as well as everything else. I just have to work the microphone from there.
Hmm.
But yeah, we try not to change too much.
And you want to be playing in May 31st in Panama City? Is that right? Am I
Yes,
right?
May 31st in Panama City,
Is
Florida.
that your next concert?
Yep, yep, that's the next one.
And you play how many songs usually? Like 45-minute
Yeah, we
set,
yeah
55?
between 45 minutes to an hour. It depends on the venue and
Hmm.
how strict they are. Um, but for the most part, I mean, we pretty much get away with being able to do a full hour, and that might be 6 or 7 songs,
Hmm.
give or take, depending on what songs they are.
They all from all the albums, or some of them you leave aside? Or there are
Yeah,
songs that you never played. Like I don't like this.
there are some that we don't ever touch, and
Hmm.
I know the guys talk about it a lot, like, oh, we should do this one over here, this one over here. But what I have to be conscious of is, how many new people are going to be there to see us that have never seen us before, that
Right.
are wanting to hear the hits of the albums, and then I have to factor that in with, well, if we have this song, we'd love to play it, but we have this song that's better to play, so we have to kind of shove that off to the side,
Hmm.
and we try to just keep the fan base in mind
Right.
with that stuff. And some songs you just don't need to play live at all; it just
Hmm.
doesn't translate very well.
Yeah. Hmm. Uh, I never seen these guys yet, and they're coming to Jersey, and I won't see them either. They're coming in June.
He did it on purpose.
I think that's why I'm trying to run away from them. I don't know.
He's like, "Oh, when are you gonna be here? June what? Oh yeah, I'll be in
June
Spain."
26th. I'm not gonna be here. I'm gonna be in Spain. I'm coming back the 28th. I'm not
Yeah.
joking.
Well, you got to tell him the
Unless
truth.
they don't let me get in. That's another thing.
Or that no,
You know what I'm
but you got
saying?
to tell him the truth. You booked that flight after you found out we were coming.
Yes. So I'm thinking of leaving my phone in the U.S. I don't want to bring it back.
Right.
I want to leave it here just in case they
Yeah.
check my phone when I'm coming back, and then they say, "What the fuck are you doing?" No,
Yeah.
no.
That's I need to check it, and then all right, now we're going
Yeah,
over to Jersey.
yeah.
Oh,
So
he gets back.
they're gonna be in Jersey June 26th, and then I think they're going to Brooklyn also
Correct.
in the next day. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was so that actually just changed. They
Oh,
moved
you
it
change.
to that Saturday. So it'll be the 28th now.
Oh, so
Wait, yeah.
where are you gonna be the 20? Where are you gonna do the 27th? You gonna hang out?
So yeah, we'll probably just hang out in the city for the day and do what we normally do. We'll go to Duff's and
Hmm.
go to all the little areas. We got to get the pizza as usual.
You're not going to Bergenfield, right?
No, no,
There's no
no,
reason for you to go over
no,
there.
no reason for me to be there anymore.
Okay. Well, it's too bad because the 27th, if I was home, I could invite them to my house. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Then
we
we could go out and do a barbecue or something
that'd be
in the
great.
back of my house. But I
Are you
won't be
gonna be
here.
there?
I won't be here. That's what I'm saying because I cannot do it. So
We're just gonna come over and barbecue at your house, and
well,
you're not even
you
gonna be
can
at your
knock
house.
at the door. Maybe you can just go in. Nobody in the house. Just
Yeah,
take
just leave it
whatever you
alone.
want. Take whatever you want and do
Oh
whatever
man,
you
I'd love
like.
to. Yeah, I see a
That'd be
keyboard
great.
over there and grab that. Ooh, a violin. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
grab
we got
that.
a violin that fucking
Gotta-
he doesn't even know how to play anything anyway.
Yeah.
So what the fuck? Even if we
Yeah,
take it,
I'm just
doesn't
gonna
matter.
plug it like this.
Oh man, what I noticed is that you guys, there is a big effort from you guys to play songs, different songs that sound different from song to song. Is that that's what I'm
Yes,
trying to say.
absolutely,
They
absolutely.
try to avoid not doing the same thing over and over. You know.
Correct. Yeah, I like to have different influences for different songs, different feels, different kind of little worlds for
Mm.
sure. And
So
because if we do another album, then it's like, oh, we can go visit that world again and that world again, and
yeah.
we just keep recycling around, and it
Yeah.
works out.
So are you guys doing right now? Are you writing? Do you write on a daily basis at all, or is
So
just
not
how
so
it
much right
whatever you?
now.
Mm.
So this last album is done very well for us. So I don't want to move too far ahead too fast.
Okay.
So we're kind of letting this thing pick up. But in the process of that, we're having the third album, Fate, Wine, and Mysteria, remixed and remastered by
Mm.
some industry guys. More Applebaum is doing the mastering, which he's a big time guy, Grammy winner. Um, he's doing a fantastic job. So we're going to do a re-release with that under Rose Window Records.
All right.
And then we're also in the process right now of doing the vinyl setups. So we're going to be releasing vinyl pretty soon. And then
Mm.
in the meantime, we are kind of sitting in putting little pieces together. So we're just going to take our time with it and not try to rush or push or force
Mm.
anything. So that way, we get it, try and let this thing grow, let it
Okay.
flourish, and then when it's ready, we'll hit with something new again.
Mm. So you have plans of playing more shows during the
Oh,
summer?
for
Or?
sure. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're looking at going to Tampa and Orlando area again.
Mm.
Of course, we'll hit up the East Coast a little bit. So hopefully we can get South Carolina, North Carolina, or Georgia. I
Mm.
know we just got back from Nashville.
Okay.
Uh, so yeah, we're gonna try and push up that route again, and then maybe we'll get back out to Los Angeles again
Oh.
sometime this year and see what happens. I know Phoenix, Arizona, they're wanting us back in October for a
Mm.
little vampire ball
Oh,
event they're doing out there. So we'll probably end up flying back out there.
that's cool. So you all guys travel together?
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Yep. Yep. We all travel together.
Who's the driver when you have to drive?
All of us.
Drive like
So,
3 hours and
man, I'll tell you the craziest part of any of that was when we went we did a show in San Antonio and we had to drive overnight to Phoenix, Arizona back in November.
Mm.
And that was a 16-hour trip. So it was all of us trying to relax and sleep as much as you could, and typically every 3 hours you were swapping drivers. So, but we had to drive straight in through the night, and then through the next day, and into the next night.
Oh
And,
shit.
just to make it. We were a little late getting to the venue in Phoenix, but we made it happen, so it
Hmm.
worked out.
So when you come to Jersey, you drive from Tampa, from
We
Pensacola?
typically fly. Yeah,
You
we'll,
fly?
we'll fly that. Yeah, if it makes sense to where we could build up into that territory again, then we will. But yeah, typically we'll just fly it.
Hmm, that's cool. Is there like any new tunes or I mean themes or sounds that you sound territories? I guess we could say you are exploring nowadays something different or no?
Yeah, I know. I played around. I don't know if you've ever seen a theremin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I played around with that on one song, which was beautiful, which was like an additional song with the remaster for the first album.
Oh,
And I want to incorporate a little bit more of that. And then we have the guzheng, which is a 13 string Japanese or
oh, that
Chinese
I don't know.
instrument, whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
Um, but I remember we did a few things with that. But then we've used like a didgeridoo from Australia.
Hmm.
I think that was in our cover of Crimson and Clover.
Oh,
So yeah, I like well, like a little kalimba,
oh, I see.
little pokey prod device thing. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll unbox it. But I just little things, man. I like to get my hands on just weird little instruments. Yeah,
Okay, I seen that before.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I could probably come up with something to make some weird ass little piece to sit in a song somewhere.
Yeah, well,
But
it makes a difference, Tom. When I listen and and you hear sounds that you're not used to it or you don't know what they are,
definitely,
it helps, it does.
definitely, yeah. Well, it makes a more unique listen,
Yeah,
and it just little oddball things like that they speak a lot.
yeah,
I don't like doing things more conventional bands where it's just okay, guitar, bass, drums,
yeah,
singing. Go do your thing.
yeah. It makes a big difference, especially if you are a good listener,
Yeah.
if you pay attention and you got a good.
Usually you have to get high.
Yeah, well, I don't get high, not anymore.
I don't either. I'm high on life.
I just listen to music makes me high
Yeah.
just by
Yeah.
listening.
Well, yeah. That's the proper way.
Yeah, I pay my attention to that way. I think I don't know. But like I said, Tom, I really enjoy your music. I just, but to be sincere, I told you it's only been like a month or so,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. No, I
I'm saying
appreciate
where these guys hiding? I have no
it.
idea who they
Yeah.
were.
It's wild, man. Sometimes, but yeah, I gotta attribute it to a lot of just social media. You got so many people that they can go record their own music. They can go release all this stuff, and you got thousands of people doing this. So sometimes you get those little gems that are buried out there.
Yeah, yeah, just by coincidence, just pure luck. It just happens.
Absolutely,
You know,
absolutely. Yeah, we hear it
yeah,
all the time, man. People, oh, I just found you. Like,
yeah,
damn, we've been doing this since 2017,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, we say hello, hello. I'm doing music. Come, come. It's like,
Right, and they'll find us out.
yeah. So that's how it is. I hope they keep being like making good music and staying together.
Hopefully so, man. We'll see. I don't know. I'm getting up there. My birthday's what on Wednesday?
You're a young guy. Come on.
Oh God, man. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
It's all
you got.
downhill from 40. You hit 40, and
Nah, it's not true. I'm only. Well, I don't want to say how old I better just shut up.
yeah. See, but
If
you
if
already
I
hit that peak, and then started.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm, you know, I don't want to say it. I'm so fucking old. I don't know what happened to me.
that's what I tell people too.
Like in the 80s, I was going to CBGBs and listening to hardcore music and all those bands from
Yeah,
LA. And what happened to me? I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. You went downhill. That
I
I'm right
went
behind
downhill.
you.
I'm like, what
Yeah, I'm
happened?
right
I
behind you,
was a
man.
young guy. I had so much energy.
That's
I was
right. That's why I want to go back
listening.
to my 30s. The
I
30s were
was
the best
getting
years.
so many girls, and I don't know what happened then.
You got married. That's what
uh,
happened.
Everything went downhill. Now they don't even look at me anymore. I said, "Who this fucking out? Oh, get out of here."
Yeah, they're
That's why
probably
I'm.
checking to see your wallet in the back
Yeah,
pocket.
well, I always pretend that I have a lot of money. Just that
There you go. Yeah,
helps.
yeah. Fill
That
it with
helps.
Monopoly money.
That
You make it look
helps.
real
But
fat.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I always pretend to be. My music makes me young. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what helps.
Yeah. I remember back in my 30s, actually, I had an older gentleman tell me, Yeah, you know what it's like to be old. It says your mind says you can do it, and your body says no.
Yeah, yeah, it's
So
true.
yeah, you're always young at heart or in mind.
Yeah, it happens to me every day. That's why especially when I look at things and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Just look at it.
Yeah,
Just look. Might as well don't even bother.
just give up automatically.
I just give up. I say,
Yeah,
come on, come on.
that's where I'm getting.
Yeah, yeah. No.
I gotta brush my teeth. I'm done with today.
So let me tell you guys, these guys they make great music. October Noir. They're from Florida. They're gonna be traveling all over the U.S. this year. So check them out. They got a website also where you can what is it called? Octobernoir.org?
Dot
Is
com
it?
now. Yeah,
Dot
it's
com?
it's swapped. Yeah, we got
It's
the dot
swapped.
com going now.
Yeah, well, if you Google October Noir,
Yeah,
yeah, you can.
Google Whips.
Yeah, and I know they enjoy social media so much, especially Tom.
I don't.
But
Oh God.
check them out on Instagram. Once in a while, they got stuff in there. It's not
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah. We
know.
try we try to keep everybody up to date.
Yeah, so you can tell what's going on. Or even you go to Spotify or whatever, they tell you if they're playing any shows.
Yep,
So it's easy. Once you know the band, once you know the name, then you find out what's going on with them,
that's right.
and you can buy their discography, whatever they have. They don't have hats. I don't know. I don't know if they have T-shirts or
No,
hats.
we got t-shirts, no hats.
They got T-shirts.
Yeah, we should probably do hats. I don't know. People, I don't know,
I don't know.
bees.
I see a lot of people with with red hats. I don't know about that. I don't have one.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna make one. I don't. I don't.
No, maybe we should make a red one.
Yeah, a red one. I said, fuck off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they'd probably be really bad for us to even attempt to make a joke out of that
Yeah.
round. Fuck this band.
Fuck this man. What the fuck? I thought they were.
Yeah,
Yeah, whatever. Just enjoy the music. Whatever.
that's right. That's what
Doesn't
it's all
matter
about.
what they believe or they don't believe, because if you do that, sometimes it's not good. You know.
No, it's not, man. And I've seen it too many times. I remember we went to watch Guar one night. I think Napalm Death opened up for him.
Uh huh.
And of course, you guys on stage and he goes into this political spiel, and I'm just yelling, "Shut the fuck up and play your music," because that's the way I look at it. Nobody wants to hear my opinions. They're not
Right.
there to hear my opinions. They're here to watch me be the monkey.
Right.
So I think it's important to leave politics out of it because people are trying to get out of that and enjoy themselves for the night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perform, give them the atmosphere of what you do and what they enjoy, and
Yeah.
leave everything else alone.
I understand. If you want to if you want to talk about something else, do it afterwards or
Yeah,
before.
go on a
If they,
podcast.
yeah, do something different. Let me tell you. Before I was doing the interviews, I was doing podcasts, just,
Hmm.
and I started doing politics. I said, what a big mistake.
Yeah, it's too
I
much.
gave up.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what the fuck am I talking about? Who
yeah,
am I
it's too
talking
much.
to? What?
Right.
I said, no. I gotta do music. That's what I enjoy. Do
That's it.
music.
Yeah, that's all I'm really concerned about,
Yeah.
personally.
So I really enjoy talking to you, Tom.
Ah, man, I've enjoyed it with you too, Jose.
Yeah, I hope I can see you someday. Not
Well,
this
you
time,
had your
but maybe.
opportunity in June. You wanted to book your damn flight the moment we're coming up.
Yeah, yeah, I did it on purpose, you know.
Well,
And
look,
then
we'll be back.
and
We'll
then
be
I
back.
can tell him, too bad I cannot gonna see them.
Yeah.
I was gonna lie. I was never gonna see them, and even
You,
if I
you,
was here. But
you're
it's a
gonna
good
get
excuse. No,
a
it's not.
photo of me on stage with the thumbs up that I'm gonna send to you, and then I'm gonna
Yes.
get a photo of you on a plane with your middle finger back at me.
No, I hope that I can see you someday. Maybe next time.
We'll make it happen.
I'll be all right. Why not? And I invite him. We can go.
That way you can truly be disappointed.
Nah, not really. I've seen so many. I always check these people out. I do a research. Sometimes it's hard to find stuff about artists. There's not much going on.
Yeah,
But
I think so.
with them, they got so many interviews, much
Oh
better
yeah.
than this for sure. And this is just garbage. But you can watch
Yeah.
many interviews
I've
with.
enjoyed this one. I mean, I've
Yeah,
done
yeah,
some bad ones, but I
yeah.
enjoy this one.
They did good interviews with other people, and If I talk to them again, I want to talk to Tom only. I don't give a shit about the other guys. I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah. Fuck those
Fuck
guys.
those guys. They don't
That's
even
what
know
I
how to
say.
play. If it wasn't
Eh,
for Tom, what the fuck are we gonna do? What are they gonna do? Do a new
That's right.
band? Change the band's name? They cannot do that, so
They
forget it.
can't do it. Yeah.
They can do it. It's Tom's
Say,
idea.
if I
So
die, what happens?
what happens to them? Where are they going? Fishing in Florida? What are they gonna do? Just kidding. I got, don't listen to me. Just listen to what he says because when you guys watch me, and all my videos, most of them is bullshit what I talk about. It's nothing important. But
Good
the reason that
times.
I do the interviews is to talk to them and listen to them. Forget about me. Me is just a fucking decoration guy. I'm just for decoration. Somebody has to be next to him talking, so it's
I'm
me.
gonna bring you up on stage the next time we're over there, and you get to come out. Then you're gonna be our stage decoration for the night. So
Yeah, you can call me. Yeah, you call me on stage.
we'll
I don't
get
know
you
what I'm
some
gonna say.
tassels.
I'll pretend that I speak English. They will say, Who's this guy? Fucking from Ukraine? He's from
Hey,
Ukraine."
Jose, translate this.
Yeah, yeah. So, whatever. So, Tom, uh, I have to thank you so much for the time you
I thank
gave
you
me
too, man.
today, especially on a Saturday. He probably has a lot of shit to do.
Yeah, yeah. It's a
Well,
pretty good
it's
Saturday so far.
11:54. Say I don't. It's probably going out somewhere with somebody. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
I don't know. Do you have any dogs and cats and shit like that?
Yeah, I've actually we've got a an Oriental short hair kitty cat. I'm surprised he hasn't come and joined me in my
Hmm.
lap, but yeah, his name's Doyle, like the Misfits.
Oh,
But yeah, I guess he's about a year old now, so
do you live with a dog? Dog?
yeah, yeah, Doug and I share, yep, the
Oh, okay.
residence, and
For a long time?
I'm surprised since 2000 end of 2019, I believe, shortly
Oh,
after he had joined the band. Yeah, we
oh.
got him set up.
You got a lot of fights in the
Uh,
house? No, no.
no,
You
never,
get along.
never. That's mainly because I keep him locked in the basement, and so you can only come out when I tell you to come out.
Oh, when it's time to go out, when it's time to
Yeah,
rehearse, you're done
you
with the
stay in
rehearsing,
there,
go back to the
right?
dungeon. I'll call you.
That's right. Go back to your dungeon.
So,
You didn't know it was going to be a sex dungeon.
it's a lot of change and shit. Okay, barbed wire and stuff that. Okay. So, I have to thank, like I said, wishing you the best luck to the
Thank
band.
you, babe.
Keep making music, enjoy what you're doing, and hopefully I'll see you one day and the guys play
Definitely,
live.
we'll make sure of it.
And I'll keep be checking you out on Instagram and we'll see whatever comes next. I'll be watching you guys.
Thanks so much, Jose. I
And,
appreciate it, man.
and next time they put out an album, I'm gonna get in touch with them again.
Yep,
I'll
we'll
do
come on
that.
your show.
Now, if they don't answer, I said, okay, I know what happened. The fucking guy, like this
I'm not
Spanish guy,
promoting this
this
shit.
Spanish. I'm not gonna talk about any new album with this guy. Forget
Yeah,
it. It's like talking to a wall.
that's
So,
right. Fuck that
so
guy.
fuck this guy. Who's this guy? I don't even know. He sent me an email before. I don't remember.
That's right. Yeah, I don't recognize that shit. Get out of
The guy from New Jersey. He's not from New Jersey. He's from Spain. What the fuck is he doing living in New Jersey?
That's right.
Get out of my country. Go back to Spain.
Yeah, man, it's
Eat
supposed to
some
be Puerto
paella.
Ricans over there.
Yeah, go eat some paella and stuff and play flamenco music. That's your thing.
Let's start a new band.
Yeah. So, like I said, thanks so much, and we'll talk again soon if we have the
Sounds
chance.
great, Jose.
And if I see you, I'll say hi to you guys,
Absolutely, man. Definitely do it.
and we'll have a beer or something.
I don't drink beer.
Me neither.
No, good. Wine,
You, wine is better. Yeah,
vodka.
but that's okay. Yeah. All right, guys. See you next week. Check them out. Check them out. October Noir. When you come, they come to Jersey, do that. And if they go to California, if they go Arizona, wherever they go, follow them. And if you don't like some of their songs, just, you know, it's not 100%. It's impossible.
Ever.
There are fucking AC/DC songs that I really hate. You know what I mean? Even Metallica songs.
Yeah.
They're not that great, to tell you the truth. I don't know. So listen to that. Listen to 13. Listen to all the
Letters to
albums. Fey
exist.
Wine and Stereo, Letters to
Yeah.
Existence. And you even have to listen to the Hunting and the Powerful. You can listen to that one. And then you check, see what you
The
like
worst
and what I don't like. Send Tom a message and tell him what the fuck were you doing when you were so
Yeah. What are you doing with
where
your
are you
life?
taking and where you taking all right. So see you guys next week with another interview. Nothing better than this. You can check this one again over and over because nothing is gonna be better. So whatever you want to do is fine with me. See you next week.